One of the biggest races in the Palmetto State is the governor's race. Incumbent Republican Governor Henry McMaster is seeking re-election, facing Democratic opponent Joe Cunningham. Some of the major issues are education, abortion, and marijuana.
And we have live team coverage for the governor's race today. Fox Carolina's Grace Runkle in Columbia covering Governor McMaster, while our Myra Ruiz is in Charleston covering Joe Cunningham.
And Grace, we'll start with you. What can you tell us out there?
Well, right now we are standing outside the University of South Carolina Alumni Center, and in just a few hours, Governor Henry McMaster is going to be joining other GOP leaders here for not a watch party. They're already calling it a victory party, so very confident heading into tonight. In these last couple days leading up to the election, the big points we've heard over and over from McMaster's campaign were his conservative values and the booming economy that's been going on here in South Carolina, even through and after the pandemic. We caught up with McMaster at one of his last campaign stops. This was actually in Greenwood last week. We spoke with him, and his big point he mentioned over and over was job creation in the manufacturing industry. Just last month, BMW announced it would invest $1.7 billion into its upstate operations as it expands into manufacturing electric cars. They also promised to create 300 new jobs.
Billions in capital investment, putting more money into scholarships in schools, holding down the tuition at the colleges, more scholarships, especially in our technical colleges, which is where so much opportunity is found.
McMaster could become the longest serving governor in state history. You might remember he took over the office after Nikki Haley resigned to become a UN ambassador back in 2017. If he wins tonight and then goes on to serve his full term, then he could be looking at a total of 10 years in office. Of course, we still have a while before those results start coming in, but we'll keep you updated as soon as they do. Live in Columbia, Grace Runkle, Fox Carolina News.
All right, Grace, and former Low Country Congressman Joe Cunningham is in Charleston tonight. That's where we find Fox Carolina's Myra Ruiz live right now.
Yes, we are at the American Theater in downtown Charleston, where Joe Cunningham just wrapped up a press gaggle with us just about a half an hour ago. He shared his thoughts on possibly becoming the first Democratic governor since Jim Hodges, and also said he spent the day just kind of chilling, stopping by precincts, talking to voters, even had time for some tacos in downtown Charleston. He says he is running on a campaign based on freedom and common sense. Now, we do have some video of him voting. This actually happened last week. He wanted to get that done earlier, and he says he's been very busy crisscrossing the state, talking about the importance of keeping good teachers in the classroom, improving the roads, legalizing marijuana, sports betting as well, and getting rid of the state income tax. Now, he also suggested that he's all about protecting our freedoms.
And we have a governor right now who is not only standing in the way of the expansion of freedom, but is actively trying to rip away our freedoms. And he's been very vocal, and he's been very adamant about where he stands on these issues. And so my job has been fairly easy because I get to go around the state reminding people about what Governor McMaster has said.
Of course, he was referring there to access to abortions. That's what he was specifically talking about there. Cunningham also mentioned that Henry McMaster, the 75-year-old governor, has had about 50 years to make a difference. Cunningham is 40 years old, and he says he has the energy and the vision to definitely make some changes that this state needs. And he's expecting this to be a long night. He is bracing for a very close race, he tells us, so he told all of us to be prepared to be here for a long time. Reporting in Charleston, Myra Ruiz, Fox Carolina News.
All right, Myra, thank you. We'll see you back here at 5 o'clock. And we want